Hello everyone. I guess I'm going to stream some Vermintide too. It's not going to be... I don't know, I'm not going to make a series out of these streams, but we'll just do these for funsies, because this game is fun. Something to do, something to stream. I can tell you guys shitty jokes, tell you wacky stories about what I'm doing, and it's pretty low pressure. There's no story or plot to this game. What the fuck, Tony? I know, right? Another stream right after the last one at 1:18 a.m. Which, let's play Slayer Barden. You know, because it's the hardest I think it's the hardest class in the game to play. He's got his jumperoni. Let's play him. He's fun. Yeah, another stream so soon. Pro tip for all you lads out there. Never nut inside of a girl or a man. I don't judge. Never nut inside someone without protection. Because you don't know if someone has a nut allergy. Oh, well, I guess. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna host our own game. Fuck people. You know, why don't we do it? We'll just do it, most people tend to go through the middle route, so I guess we'll do that. We'll just go mission at a time, you know? One after each other. You know, I'm just gonna jump right in. Not gonna wait for people to join. We'll just hope people join. Because without people, it's gonna make it really hard to win these on champion difficulty. Let's see, we got Hot Dog Whisperer joining the match. We got Niram joining the match. Like a good boy. Spinning Doritos. All of these are good names. They're all good names. Oh, he even said hello. Hi there. Usually don't get people saying hello. That's nice. Well, Jesus Louises, another I know. What's the game about? Okay, well, this is Warhammer End Times, Vermintide 2. It takes place in the Warhammer universe, the Warhammer fantasy, I should say. And the whole plot is that there is a fuckload of rats, the Skaven, coming from the underground, coming straight from the underground, you know. And they're coming up to fuck everything up and kill everyone. Oh, he says hi and he immediately leaves. That's cool. Now, immediately... Okay. Yeah, that guy's confused, too. They've built this sort of... the rats use kind of this dark magic that uses this kind of radioactive substance, and they use this radioactive substance to do a lot of things. In this game, they build a giant portal with it, which they are using to summon cultists, you know, corrupted Northlanders, you know, from the far icy north, to come down and fuck everybody up for the dark gods that they worship. And we, as the 5 champions of Uberschreik, which is they're called that because they helped the land of Uberschreik in the first game, and now they're the champions of that area. It is our job to disrupt the rats and destroy the portals and kill their commanders and just generally fuck over all of their plans. That's the basic premise. So get to the portal, kill all of the lords that belong to the rats and the Northlanders. Kill them, get to the portal, disrupt the portal. Easy peasy. Kill the main rat wizard that controls everything. His name is Skarsnik. Kill Skarsnik. And that's it. Tony, will you ever play a Harry Potter game? Well, I hate Harry Potter. So, if you ever ask the question, Tony, will you ever play this game? One answer I will always give you a straight up answer on whether or not I think it would be something I'd stream. But on top of that, if I was ever asked to, through Patreon, of course I would. Because on Patreon, if someone says play this game on Patreon, unless there's some very specific reason I can't, like it's a porn game or it just won't run on my computer for some reason, which rarely happens. Though it has happened once. You know, I always play Patreon games. Holy fuck, this guy just shot like 6 people. See, I'm playing Barden, who's the dwarf, and I'm playing him as a Slayer. Now the Slayer is melee only. I have no guns. I can only swap between 2 melee weapons. I got 2 axes and a pickaxe, which is fun. But he... Oh, fuck me. Yeah, dodged your hook, you little shit. You little shitlord. Oh. Evil storm. But what's so bad about Harry Potter? Was it My Immortal the reason you hate it? No, I'm just not a fan of Harry Potter for many reasons. I don't think it's an enjoyable story. I've tried watching a few of the movies. I watched some of them when I was younger. I didn't enjoy them. They just weren't for me. On top of that, my enjoyment of them when I was younger was heavily stilted by the fact that because I was a young kid with black glasses and black hair, and my hair was, kind of, it was kind of longish, kind of like Harry's. I don't look like Harry Potter. Anybody who's seen me knows I don't, and when I was younger, I certainly didn't. But because I had glasses and black hair, everybody said, "Oh, look, it's Harry Potter," so everybody made fun of me and said I looked like Harry Potter. And that, that made me really not want to watch Harry Potter, A really dumb reason, I know, but that happened to a lot of kids who, had the same thing as me, black hair and glasses. So as you would imagine, that really makes me not want to watch it, but it just wasn't for me. If I wanted to watch something with wizards and magic and shit, I just watch Lord of the Rings instead. I'm talking strictly watching, because I don't really read books all that much, but I did try a little bit of Harry Potter. It wasn't into the books either. Didn't think they were very, very well written, honestly. But, opinions. I know, right? I know everybody loves Harry Potter, but really just not for me. And it was reinforced, especially, that I didn't like it when I went to college. Because, let me tell you, if there's one thing wackly Tumblr idiots love, it's Harry Potter. So I had to deal with people. Every year at my college, we'd have a Harry Potter dinner. Because this one girl forced administration to do it. Wow, that was a big jump. Yeah, you little bitch, come here. And, it's just not for me. But that's fine if you like it, Everybody can like whatever they like. That's A-okay. Oh, that's a big boy. Fuck you, don't attack me, how dare you. Oof. I love Vermintide, by the way. There, I try not to shill games. If I like a game, I'll tell people, it's good. Or I'll say buy it because it's good. I've done that a few times. I don't want to look like I'm some sort of shill. Yeah, fuck you. But this game I really think is worth. Oh shit, he died. But I think this game is worth buying. I think it's worth playing. I think it's worth purchasing. If you got friends, it's certainly worth playing. If you like Left 4 Dead, then this game really will be up your alley. If you got friends to play it with, even better. This game is kind of the successor, I think, to Left 4 Dead. The first game was kind of the successor to Left 4 Dead 2, and this game really just improves upon it in every way, I think. Really, really worth your time, really worth your money. It's also on sale right now, which is convenient in case you wanted to purchase it. It's on sale right now on Steam. A lot of Warhammer-related content is on sale on Steam right now, so if you're into Warhammer, if you're into Total War Warhammer is actually super fun. I had no interest in playing the Total War games, and then I played Total War Warhammer, and I was like, hey, this is pretty fun. I'm dog shit at it. Horrible. Not good at it. But I like it. I enjoy it. I think it's a good game. Not gonna lie, I'm doing surprisingly well right now. Normally, when you play the Slayer, you just get, like, fucking demolished, but I'm doing pretty okay. I've only taken a decent chunk of damage. I feel like I'm dishing damage out, like I'm not hanging too far back and not attacking. I'm trying to get in the fray of things and really wail on enemies. How are you guys? How are you guys doing today? Are you guys doing okay today? At 1:30 a.m. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good day today. I'm having a good night, I should say. Good morning. Yeah, it's what constitutes morning? What constitutes morning? Like 4 a.m.? That's when the sunrise comes out, right? 4. Oof. Pretty good. That's good. It's been a slow day for me. It's not too bad. Oh. Get it, Kruber. There you go. Alright, that is the sound of a horde, which I don't like. Why do I have... Oh, because of Kruber. This guy's got a... If you stay near this knight, Kruber, he's got a passive aura that just it's very close around him, this aura. And you take less damage if you're next to him, but you also get 1 extra shield if you're near him, because this guy spec'd into shield, I guess, which is cool. You know what's interesting is that if you notice when I was selecting the missions, there was kind of like a roadmap of missions we could do. I'd say 5, yeah, I'd say 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I guess it depends on where you are. But the roadmap that you can go through kind of tells you the story of the missions and what you're doing. This particular roadmap leads us directly to the Skaven, you know, the rat people. It leads us directly to their war chief. And when we kill him, that kind of disrupts the Skaven, which is very useful to us. The other 2 missions lead us to the 2 leaders that are the Northlander leaders. One is a wacky mage, and the other one is just like a regular big fucking guy wearing armor, you know. Kind of looks like a Dark Souls 2 boss. Are you excited for that E3, guys? I actually have no idea. I didn't know that E3 was coming until somebody pointed it out to me. They asked me, like, in my streams, am I excited for E3? And I was like, E3's a thing? I don't know. I don't have consoles, and I think if you don't have consoles, E3 isn't the most exciting thing. Because a lot of E3 is just console talk, you know? It is a lot of discussion about console-related things, and you know, I have no intention of ever buying a console. I'd say maybe I'd buy a Switch if I really, really wanted Smash. If I really wanted Smash, I'd do it. But I don't think that'll happen. I can't wait to be disappointed, just like every year. Man, I remember when I was younger, and I didn't understand E3 because I was young, you know, I was like around 10. I didn't understand that E3 was as lame as it is. I thought it was cool because I was like, oh man, it's this big gaming expo, that's rad. But like, I didn't realize how cringy it was until I got older, and I was like, man, look at all these cringe comps about E3 and how shitty it is. That's honestly the best part about E3, watching the cringe comps later, you know. Bethesda this year, I heard that Bethesda is having Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb host their thing. And if you don't know who those 2 people are, those are the people who hosted X-Play, the video game review show that was on G4 back when that was a TV network, which it's been defunct for years now. Went out ages ago, but they used to host X-Play, which was this. I loved X-Play. It was like my favorite fucking show when I was a kid. One of my favorites, because I was like, oh shit, guys, it's a show about video games. That's lit. So it's really funny that Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb are coming back together, I guess. Allegedly. I don't know. I haven't confirmed that, but it's alleged that they're coming back and they're hosting Bethesda's spot at E3, which is absolutely amazing. One thing I think is rad, I know a lot of random tidbits about X-Play, one of which is Adam Sessler. If you ever can track down some old X-Play episodes on YouTube, Adam Sessler, the male host, he did a lot of coke. He did a lot of coke while working on the show, by the way. He did a lot of coke while working on the show, and you can see the progression of him becoming addicted to coke. You can see the coke shivers. There's one GIF that people post a lot when they talk about X-Play, where he's at, I think, E3. He's at some expo and he's talking about he's just like doing a regular interview with some guy, and he's just shaking just vigorously. Like you can feel the need, the want he has for coke. and how he's just not, you know, how he hasn't used in like a little while, you know, and it's really sad. What are you playing? I'm playing Vermintide 2. Vermintide 2 is the game that I'm playing. Which, as I've stated earlier in the stream, if you have any interest in it, please fucking buy it. It's fun. And if enough people buy it on the stream and you guys play on PC, maybe I could do a stream where I play with people. You only need four people to make a full party, so you never know. Also, can't wait for Fallout 76 to be pure dog shit like Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Don't get me wrong. Oh, Jesus. Don't get me wrong, I think Fallout 3 is not that great of a game. I don't think it's that excellent, especially when compared to something like New Vegas or, you know, the other Fallout games, but it's not a horrible game. I wouldn't say pure dog shit. I wouldn't say pure dog shit. I'd say not a great game. First time using the axe, it's going good. Oh. I think she's being ironic. Because I think she's being ironic because she died. That's really sad. I don't know where the rest of my team is, but I hope they come here. Do you have a PS3 or a PS4? If so, would you stream Persona 5? I don't. I don't own a PS3 or a PS4. I considered buying a PS4 and then didn't do it. Persona is also a long ass game. I don't know if I could stream a game of that length. I'd have to play it once through and then stream it. Oh, a bomb. That's good. I've considered streaming Persona 3. I played Persona 3 not too long ago, and I ended up hating it by the end. Not hating it, but I really did not enjoy the game after playing it for a while, just because the combat is just so... I didn't like the combat. I didn't like the combat of Persona 3. It wasn't fun. I think it's not just the combat. It's really just the dungeon crawling aspect. That part I did not have a fun time with. The combat, fucking get off me, god damn it. It just wasn't that fun. Persona's great though. I think it's it's a great series. I'm not trying to diminish how fucking great it is and how great I think it is. It's just there were aspects of it that I don't think are fun for stream environment. Things like the combat and the dungeon crawling of Persona 3 would make it very not fun to stream. It's kind of for the same reason, a lot of the same reasons that MMOs aren't fun to stream. Oh, this boy left. I'm the last one. Oh, that's bad. Wouldn't it be great if I ran away? What if I... No. Oh, I'm gonna die. I have a 25% chance to not use a potion after drinking it, and it went off twice in a row because I'm just that fucking good. You don't like the combat? I don't know. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that after a little while, the combat of Persona 3 is really draining. Really, really draining. Really, 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 really taxing. Not that fun after a little while. Oh my fucking god, what a disaster. This run just got shit on so hard. Oh, I think I fucked up the crystal because I looked at the chat. You have to align these little crystal doodads, and I think I fucked it up. Yeah, I did. That's really embarrassing. I gotta rescue this guy. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get there in time. He's got one slave beating him. I won't let him be like my run of Shadow of War where he just gets fucked. Oh, I don't know what we're gonna do here. Are you playing online? I am, yeah. I'm playing online. Anybody can just kind of join the match whenever they like. You know, as long as our group isn't full. Oh, there we go. This guy used his ult, which is good. It gives all of us temporary health. I don't know how the fuck we've made it this far. Align the crystals, please. Gotta charge my crystals for a sesh. Alright, fuck. We aligned that one. That's good. I don't know. I think I'm more of a Western RPG guy. I don't know. It's tough to say. It's weird because I love turn-based combat. I think turn-based combat is super fun. I really just don't know what it is about the Persona combat that just doesn't do it for me. There's just something different enough about it to make me dislike Persona 3's combat. And it may have to do that after you've done all this fucking boring-ass dungeon crawling, you know, after you've done all this boring as fuck dungeon crawling, then you have to do combat while you do that. Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Oh, one guy died. That's shitty. Our elf died. Oh, fuck. Is it the Arcana system? I just can't pinpoint what it is. I don't think it's just... Excuse me. I don't think it's just the combat. I think it's a number of factors. I really think it's a number of factors. One of them being the combat, coupled with the dungeon crawling, coupled with the story being really long, which is, you know, fine. Oh, thank God I was able to stun that guy. Yeah, get fucked. Get fucked. Wow. Listen, guys. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to suck my own dick. But I just fucking carried the end of that match. We didn't get any tomes or any grimoires, but fuck me, we beat that level. 2 people fucking disconnected. Everybody died but me, and we got it out of there. That makes me feel happy. That was fucking great. That was a joy to play through. God, I did not think I was gonna be able to live after that fucking gunner started shooting me. And those two potions that I got at the same time, that was fucking wacky. That was insane. This game looks like Killing Floor. I mean, it falls into the category of, you know, survival. It's different because it's not like a survival horde based kind of thing like Killing Floor. It's more of a objective thing. It's more similar to Left 4 Dead than it is. Wow, I didn't even pop up on the board. That's really shitty. 5 revives and I don't pop up for anything else. At least I didn't get damage taken. Look at that. Such low damage compared to everybody else. But it's interesting. Have you considered streaming one of the Mother/Earthbound games? I have never considered streaming one of those. I don't know. I never played them when I was younger. I don't have a connection to them. I've never actually played an Earthbound game. So I don't have a connection to it, so I've never considered streaming it just because I don't have a sort of personal connection to it. Man, wouldn't it be lit if I opened this chest right now and it had a fucking legendary? That'd be lit. Oh, it doesn't. Sad boys. This one's not gonna have anything good in it. Yeah, just a Beardling's Hammer. Sad boys. This guy wants to do just a champion mission. Alright, let's do it. Alright, Alright, this guy wants to do just a mission, so let's just do it. I was gonna follow the story, but this guy wants to do a random mission, so I guess we're just gonna do that. By the way, the final boss in Persona 3 has 14 fucking stages. Oh my god. Those games just love being long, don't they? You should try it. The plot itself is charming enough, and the gameplay is decent enough for streaming. Oh god, this is the last level in the game. It's also the hardest level in the game. Which is good. I think the last level of game should, you know, always be the hardest, but fuck me, this game is, like, unbelievably hard. This level is so hard and also long. It's a long level. It's the longest level in the game. It's so difficult and so long that most people won't even do it. This level actually has the nickname of Suicide Pack, because see that cliff that we just saw there in the camera? Usually people will just jump off that cliff and kill themselves and end the level early. I'm really surprised that this guy didn't just instantly leave. I think this game has a lot of interesting invisible numbers associated with it. Let me see if I can give you an example. If you dodge, you see how I didn't dodge that far there? And see how I dodged a little farther here with the axe? See, different weapons have different dodge chances and dodge distances and dodge rates and like frame rates associated with it. It's really interesting. Oh, that was just the bot. Okay. Oh, well. Alright. Bot just threw himself off the cliff. What about Final Fantasy X HD? Would you stream that? I got good memories from way back in the 2000s. Huh. Tony, will you ever stream God of War? Man, you guys have all the streaming questions today. Will I ever stream God of War? I thought about it once. I only played a few of them. I've never played an entire God of War game all the way through, but I've played a little bit of a lot of them. And funny enough, the only God of War, the God of War game that I have the most exposure to, the one that I've gone through the most, was actually the God of War cell phone game that used to be, I don't even think you could even find it these days. It was on those like old flip phones. It legit looked like it was like a Game Boy game, because it basically was, and that shit was lit. Until my parents told me I couldn't play anymore because it was using too much data and their bill was like $1 bajillion. They had some like crazy high bill. After I played the game, like while my mom or something was getting a haircut. That's the most exposure I have. Oh, that was wacky. Will I ever stream Final Fantasy X? If I was going to do that, I'd probably stream Final Fantasy X too, if only for the massage scene and because it'd be way more fun to stream. 10-2 would just be way funnier, and you can't deny that. If I was ever going to stream a Final Fantasy game, you know what game I would stream? Chocobo Tales on the DS, which has probably the cutest fucking intro cutscene in a DS game I've ever seen in my life. Also, the main theme for it is adorable. It's absolutely adorable. It's a card-based game. It's a card-based RPG where all the you collect cards and that's how you do all your combat, and you play as this adorable little chocobo, and I think he's trying to rescue his friends, if I recall. A beautiful little game for the DS. I'd call it a sleeper gem, honestly. Not many people know about it, but it's worth your time if you own a DS or are interested in DS era games. Absolutely would recommend that. Ah! It'd be interesting to see him try to beat all 50 events in Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah. Ooh, let's see here. Are we gonna... Who's gonna carry this Grimoire? Probably would be best if I carried this Grimoire. So, yeah, let's do that. If you guys haven't realized, the tomes take up 1 healing slot in your inventory. The Grims take up 1 special slot, so potions. Things like speed potions, ultimate charge potions, damage potions. And the Grimoires also cut your health by 33%, which is why it's so crazy to have them. Now, the tomes, you can drop them if you die, but if you die while carrying a Grimoire, they're gone forever. That's stream notification. Oh, man. Yeah, that's my I got a subscriber notification, where it plays a gif of Joseph and a sound effect. It doesn't work all the time, but it works sometimes. Potion seller, I need your strongest grimoire. Librarian, I crave your strongest grimoires. Alright, where's the, where's Kruber at? He's over here. I want him to take this health potion. He's a bot. Having a bot, not that great. I guess I'll heal up. In your next match, could you play as a two-handed warrior? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, of course. What? Yeah, sorry. I've been in such a Slayer mood right now. I love Bard and Slayer. It's really hard to play, but it's really fun, and I thought it'd be really engaging for you guys to see it on stream. But yeah, absolutely. I can switch to a different class slash character. I'll just pull up the character screen, and you guys can tell me which one you'd like to see. Every single character actually has two-handed options. Have you ever tried Dynasty Warriors? I have. I don't actually enjoy the Dynasty Warrior games all that much. Hyrule Warriors I do enjoy, and I can't really poke my finger on why. I think I'm just not a fan of the whole feudal Japan, you know, aesthetic. I really just, you know, samurai and shit. It's really not for me. It's really not for me. I really don't enjoy it. My buddy Dane, all about it. Loves that sort of shit. His favorite thing. He's all about it. I'm actually not all that into it. I really don't like the feudal Japan aesthetic and that whole thing. So Dynasty Warriors isn't really for me. The game, when strictly gameplay speaking, it's not bad. I prefer Hyrule Warriors. I just think it's a bit more fun, a bit more peppy. I mean, you can play as Tingle. What's not to love? You know, what's not to love? But yeah, I can play as a two-handed warrior. Every single character has access to two-handed weapons, so I think what I'll do is I'll pull up the character screen. You guys can just tell me which character you'd like, and then I can put a two-handed weapon on him. No problem. There are two-handed swords, two-handed hammers, two-handed axes, like a big mace that you can use to clobber people that the wizard has to use two hands to use. Every character has two-handed options. So my friend Dane used to get me to try and play Dynasty Warriors all the time whenever I'd go to his house, and it took him a little while to realize I'm not all that into it. You know, I would always humor him because it was one of his favorite games. It is still one of his favorite games, but it was never for me. Oh, China. Right, sorry. Right, Dynasty Warriors is China, isn't it? China, Japan, Korea. They're all places with Asian people. Don't quote me on that, please. I'm sorry for being so critical. No, of course, you can be critical about that sort of thing. I actually don't know oh shit, I almost died. Oh, I think I'm gonna die. Oh, I think I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna die. Wow, I didn't die. Okay. That's actually crazy. I don't know how I held my dodge up for that long. Holy fuck. I really need this. I don't think this person realized that my potion duped. Cool. Like I said, sometimes my potion will just spawn. Like, I won't actually use it, so I'll be able to use 2, maybe even 3. You know, I can use basically as many times as the 25% chance procs, which is lit. They're all full of Asian people, Tony, 2K18. I don't know, man. Dynasty Warriors has, like, people with swords and shit and they're Asian. That's, you know, that's close enough. That's close enough. I don't know. The whole... I don't know. I'm not that interested in ancient Chinese or ancient Japan aesthetics. Ancient Korea is kind of a bit more interesting. If only because they're only because of their invention of the alphabet. You know, that is super neat. Their alphabet is pretty rad. But thank you for streaming while I'm sick in bed. It sucks to be sick. It's hard to believe how entertaining you were being at 23 years old. Congrats, by the way. Oh, thank you. Ooh, fuck, that guy hit me. I actually have a passive where if I'm going to take like a big life-threatening hit, I'll actually just take 10 damage instead, but that only procs like once every 30 seconds or so. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead if someone doesn't come down here and save me. Yeah, I think this is the end of the run. Yep, I think that's the end if nobody comes to save me. They need to fight down here where I can help them. Oh, the other guy got grabbed when this guy went to get me. That's really shitty. And that other guy has the Grimoire, I think. Oh, if I could just... Oh, cool, I got 2 potions again. Wow, I'm getting really lucky. That's a Bile Troll, which is really shitty. That's a mini-boss. God damn it, again! Oh, yeah, now I'm dead and we've lost the Grimoire. That's really fucking bad. Oh, if he can get to me in time. If he can somehow get to me in time. Oh, he got... Oh, no! He almost got me. That really blows. Fuck. Ah. I don't know. Are 23-year-olds generally not that entertaining? Oh, he's gonna die. Oh, thank God. He killed that guy before he could. He's trying to go for the tome. I think we're just gonna have to abandon the tomes and shit. Have you ever tried using the Dolphin emulator? Yeah, I was actually... If I'm sure none of you guys are original Corrupted Gaming Show fans, but back in the day, before I did live streams and before I did Let's Reads, before I did anything, I did Let's Plays. All of my Let's Plays, almost all of them, were done using emulators. The Dolphin emulator, the DS emulator. I used the Dolphin emulator recently. Not recently, but on a stream from, I think, last year of Sonic Heroes. I had to use Dolphin for that. I'm a big fan of emulators. Dolphin's lit. I've never used Dolphin to do Wii games, but I think it can, which is cool. I'm really surprised that we aren't just like completely fucked. I don't know how we survived, but hey, I survived that last match, and that was absolutely something I should not have survived. God, fighting him on that iceberg was really a shitty idea, though, not gonna lie. That was really a shitty idea. That could have been disastrous, because if they had knocked any of them into that water there, they would have instantly died. If you fall like into water or something, you're dead. Fall off a cliff, you're dead. You do not recover. All your items are lost too, because they go flying off the ledge or like into the water. Oh man, feudal Japan equals giant enemy crabs. If you didn't know, feudal Japan, in the ancient days of Japan, they won every war, not because they had superior weaponry or oh fuck, you need to get out of that poison. There you go. He popped his ult. His ult gives him temporary bonus health, which is good. Oh, he's gonna get fucked. Hit that barrel! Hit that barrel! Ah! Oh, that explosive barrel could have saved him. I could have saved him. Well, not saved him, but at least made his life a little easier. Oh, he's trying. He's trying. Yeah, keep that shit up, bud. Tony, talk about your experience with Sonic Heroes. Well, when I was a young lad, Sonic Heroes was a super fun game. I thought it was good. I didn't realize that the bugs were as game-breaking as they were when I was a young kid. And then through streaming it, I realized how fucking terrible it is. It was actually painful to stream Sonic Heroes after a little while. Painful in the sense where it was just like, when is this gonna be over? Because they make you play through the same levels like 8 times. It was a disaster. What a great game that was. Yeah, Sonic Heroes was a great game. For a kid, it was fun. Getting to play as different Sonic characters was fun. The only fun campaign of Sonic Heroes was Team Dark, and that was only because their levels were slightly more difficult than everyone else's. Team Rose was probably the worst one, with Team Chaotix. Team Chaotix might actually be the worst just because of Charmy Bee, but you should check out the game called Cubivore. It's this really cutesy... No. Trust me, my guy. I know about Cubivore. I've actually considered streaming Cubivore. It's on my list of games that I've considered streaming. I actually found out about Cubivore when I was, when I had more time on my hands and wasn't working on my senior thesis and wasn't streaming as much as I do. I don't have time to watch YouTubers, really, because I do a lot of streaming and a lot of work on my own. I don't have the time for it, but when I did have more spare time, I watched Joel from Vinesauce. He started playing some Cubivore. I watched maybe 3 episodes of Cubivore from him, which was fun. And I was like, this game looks lit. And then I watched some more gameplay later from some other people just to see how the game evolved. And I've considered streaming it. It's a cool game. I've considered streaming that. I've considered streaming that one game on Steam. The one where you combine monsters to, like, make wacky monsters. Like, you can combine dolphins and platypus and, you know, I forget what it's called. It's got monster in the title, I think. Tony, what's your opinion of the JoJo RPG? Oh, the 7th stand user? Yeah, everybody always tells me to stream the 7th stand user. Or 5th stand user? Whatever the fuck the title is. Yeah, everybody always tells me I have to stream that one. There's so many games that everybody wants me to stream. Everybody right now, everybody and their fucking grandma is asking me if I'm gonna stream, Dark Souls Remastered. If I didn't start streaming Shadow of War, I would have started streaming Dark Souls. And get this, I actually had a plan for streaming Dark Souls if I did it. I was going to do a Pepsi Man run, where I would try to make a character who looks as much like Pepsi Man as I could, and then try and do some sort of Pepsi themed weapons. I don't know how I do it. Maybe just get like the really giant great hammer. The Demon's Great Hammer, and just two-hand it, because it kind of would look like a big can of Pepsi. Just because it's kind of big and spherical, you know, for no other reasons than that. Which is fucking stupid, but I consider doing that. Maybe someday I'll do that. Maybe. Just for funsies. I've always got fucking terrible ideas for streams. Oh, there's a storm. Stop it, Tony. I'm getting thirsty. Man, if only we had a cool, refreshing Pepsi to quench your thirst. You know? Crisp and cold. If only Pepsi Man was here to deliver that Beppis. I don't think that there's a Blightstormer here. I hope someone out there will make a PS Vita emulator. Sorry, but I am not spending around $70 to $260 for one game, Persona 4 Golden. The Vita's good. If only it was supported more and marketed. If it was marketed more, there was like no marketing for it. And not that many games. If it had those two things, which is all a console needs, some good marketing and great games. PS Vita actually has great games on it. The problem is there's no marketing, I think. I shouldn't say there's no great games on it. There's tons of great games, like Soul Sacrifice, one of my favorite games. Fuck it, I'm just summoning the boss. Fuck it. Now this boss, you actually used to be able to permanently stun him because he has 2 phases, and you could stun him so that he could never go into phase 2, but they patched it, so now you can't do that, which blows dick. But you can kill him right as he goes into phase 2 if you're really good with your timing. The main struggle is not so much that he has the second phase, it's that door over there is now open. You see that? See those guys standing there? That door is now open. It opens when he goes into phase 2, and other enemies will just like run in and start beating the shit out of you while you're fighting him. Tony, what's your opinion on Detroit Become Human? Don't have any opinion on it. Don't actually know anything about it, so no idea. I could give you my opinion on the movie Detroit. It's bad. It's not a good movie. It's actually really incorrect. Really historically inaccurate in terms of films. Not a good movie. Not a good movie. Would not recommend. Would not recommend. But I'm sure I'll be called a neo-Nazi for not enjoying that, right?
You don't like Detroit because it's got black people in it, you know.
No, I know nobody who watches my streams would ever call me something like that. Believe it or not, but my streams do not appeal to people who, you know, call other people neo-Nazis. You know, crazy Tumblr people. Have to go now. Gotta GG, Tony. Keep up the bonage. Thank you. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I really wanted to like it. David Cage can't write subtlety for shit. I know. I don't know anything about Detroit Become Human. That reminds me of fuck, what was that game? What was that game It had human in the title, I think. More than human. Human something. It was like an Xbox game. And like the studio that made it got shut down because there was like a bunch of assets like stolen that they used to make the game. Like something crazy. There was some crazy drama related to this game. It was like internal dev problems, like people getting beat up or something while working on the game. As someone that does Tumblr, I'm triggered. JK. Man, I trigger warnings are just Jesus Christ. You know trigger warnings don't work? No, not Destroy All Humans. That's a great game. Destroy All Humans is a great game, though the company did go under, probably because Path of the Furon was so poop. No, it was like no, it wasn't Human Evolved because that's the other game. That's the other series with Jensen, I think is his name. Yeah. No, it was this like game. The box cover had a bald guy on it, and you played as like a god fighting other gods. Not God of War. I know that sounds just like God of War. It's not God of War. It was on the Xbox. There was a bald guy on the cover. I think he had like a blue tattoo on his face. He was wearing like heavy armor. You were kind of fighting gods or maybe demigods. Fuck, what was it called? Jesus. I don't even know. What's a social justice warrior's main profession? Trigonometry. It's actually gender studies teacher at colleges. I'm not even kidding. There is no jobs you can really get with a social justice or gender studies degree, besides, you know, gender studies teacher, which is sad. No, trigger warnings don't actually work, if you didn't know. The healthy thing for people who are triggered by things like rape or, you know, have trauma, it's actually to get exposure to it, you know, by seeing posts. Too human, that's it, that's the fucking game. Oh, my mouth is dry. No, it's actually to get exposure to things, like seeing posts about it on the internet and you know, kind of reading about statistics and talking to other people who have same experiences. You know, those sort of things will actually help you grow and you know, feel better about yourself after really traumatic things. Trigger warnings are actually bad because you're not exposing yourself to things. You never have to deal with them. You never have to handle them. You never get any sort of closure, stuff like that. You know. The myth of the wage gap. I'm not gonna get political. Maybe on a stream dedicated to politics, I'll get somewhat political. I don't get political on my streams. I don't talk about politics of any kind. I try to stick away from gender identity politics. Mainly, I don't like talking about like Republican Democrat politics, those sorts of politics. But I absolutely will never talk about those. But I will sometimes talk about identity politics if it relates to my college, because my college is full of insane people. But maybe someday I'll do a stream where I talk about the wage gap and crazy shit like that. You know, crazy people who, you know, take that shit really far. Oof. Too Human was wacky. I owned a copy of that game. It's weird because it was like, it's a game that everybody knows about. It was like in every fucking game store. Everybody knew about it. There were so many copies of it in game stores. I heard that it had like asset flip problems, you know, tons of problems just related to it. It was a disaster. It didn't sell very well. It wasn't a very good game. I remember playing it, and with my childlike wonder, you know how children are, rose-tinted goggles. You know, children will enjoy games even if they're kind of bad. The problem is the game is very repetitive, and children love repetitive games. So for me, it was great. You know, what do you even learn in gender studies? Oh, you know, things like men are the cause of every problem ever, etc. Alright, this is the final boss of this zone. He's actually two bosses put together. Oh, jeez. When he unloads on you, that's bad. Gotta use my jump, get that stun, and also to keep up with him. My ult actually passively just goes so quick that when I use my potion, it's like crazy how fast the potion goes. Oh. Oh, he's about to die. He's about to die. He's about to die. Get him. Good shit. That's that good shit. That's that shit I like. Oh no. Where's the boss at? You learn wacky shit in gender studies, things like men are the cause of every problem. Women need to do this and that and the other thing. If you can't offend people, don't be offensive ever. Always consider that be aware that other people might get offended if you say certain things. Don't say things like black, say people of color. You know, just shit like that. You don't really learn anything that's useful. You don't learn useful skills. You know, you don't learn how to edit to make a movie. You don't learn how to do construction to build things. You don't learn how to do math to do complicated equations that would be useful for, like, banking. You know, you don't use shit like that's useful like that, you know? Ways to destroy the patriarchy. Yeah, you know, shit like that. Fun fact, did you know that most women did not want the right to vote in America? Did you know that most women actually opted not to do it because coming with the right to vote came with the draft and the bucket list, which was, you know, mandatory, well, not mandatory, but sort of, you know, being a fireman. And women did not want to be on the draft, which is why a lot of them did not want the right to vote at the time, which is an interesting tidbit of information. At the same time, yeah, he's actually dead now. Now we just get to wail on him for free until he's legit done. Yeah, there we go. That's that shit I like. Every time you beat a boss in this game, they also drop 3 loot die, which is super good. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's the interesting thing, is that women did not want to vote because they didn't want the right to vote because they didn't want to be a part of the draft, and what ended up happening is that they ended up not having to be on the draft at all. Which is super interesting. I don't think the draft will ever come back. It's way too unpopular. Yeah. Yeah, after there would have to be some crazy shit to happen for the draft to even come up as a suggestion to come back. It was such an unpopular thing. It was so fucked. There's no way that I don't think in my lifetime I'll ever see the draft come back. I don't think. Maybe by the time I'm too old to even, you know, be in the military, like, at all. Not that I can really do any positions in the military because I'm a diabetic. I can't be a foot soldier of any kind. I can't be in combat. I have to be in some sort of role, like, you know, funny enough, whenever I took a career aptitude test at school, they always pinned me as I was going to create lasers for the military. That was actually the job that I was handed every time, without fail. I was always given a job of high power in the military, usually related to experimental weapons creation. You know, things like lasers and, you know, creating crazy, like, weapons that don't really exist. Yeah, pew pew, shit like that. It was crazy. Yeah, you're right. The military is huge and fairly automated. I don't think we wouldn't need the draft, you know, unless we're just gonna be drafting robots. You know, that's probably what's gonna happen. All this shit is reminding me about Steven Universe. Yeah, you know, I'm not a fan of Steven Universe. I know a lot of people like it. My main problem is when I asked anybody at my college, what do you like about it? They couldn't tell me anything besides, it's really gay, Tony. It's got gay characters who love each other. And I'm like, okay, but what about the plot? And they couldn't tell me anything about the plot. You know? They're the kind of people who liked it just because it has gay characters in it and not because it has a good plot or story. You know? Or a good art style. You can like Steven Universe, that's fine. It wasn't for me. You know, I know a lot of people who'd shit on you for liking Steven Universe, you know, because they're like, ew, it's leftist propaganda, but for fuck's sake, it's a cartoon show. It's a cartoon show. You don't gotta get riled up about a cartoon show. It's a good time, you know? Just have a good time watching your fucking stupid cartoons. Who cares, you know? Yeah, I know a lot of people like the soft art style that it has. I know a lot of people don't like that kind of art style right now because it's a little overused. You know, it's the Adventure Time, you know, Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, We Bare Bears. You know, it's very overused right now. It's very overused, I'd say. But, you know, if you're into it, that's fine. That's cool. It's easy, yeah, you know, it's easy on the eyes. I like shields that have faces on them. Alright, what's gonna be in this one? Alright, let me disband the party. And I'll go ahead and pick a two-handed warrior. I think the guy who requested that is actually not in the stream anymore, but that's okay. In spirit of him, we'll go ahead and I can probably just scroll up in the chat right now, see who it is who asked. I believe it was the comment guy 8. I believe it was him. So in spirit of the comment guy 8, we will go ahead and pick a two-handed warrior. Who would you guys like to see? If you guys have any preference on who I play. I've got Kruber. He can play as just a regular kind of mercenary boy. He can play as kind of a stealthy forest marksman, just regular knight. We got Barden. He can play as a ranger. He can play as a tank. And of course the Slayer, which we saw. We got the Elf. She can play as an elf. She plays an elf again. And we can play as an edgier elf. I think the edgy elf actually does not have two-handed weapons. And then we can play as Victor Saltspire. My baby. My favorite boy. He spouts religious propaganda and talks about slaying heretics. He's my favorite. He can be a witch hunter, he can be a bounty hunter, he can be a fucking crazy religious zealot, which is really fucking funny. He beats people. He fucking flagellates people with his flail, which is amazing. And he can play as a wizard. She can play as a just regular fire wizard. Fire wizard again. Or, edgy fire wizard. But yeah, take your pick. Religious zealot. Religious zealot is fun. Wizard lol, I don't know. Tony roleplay as Edgelord Sue from the last stream. Man, I'm getting conflicted votes everywhere. If I do play as the zealot, I don't know. I couldn't in good conscience play as the zealot without using the flail. And I did say I was gonna pick a two-handed guy. You know, let's just go with Kruber. Let's just go with Kruber. Since you guys couldn't decide, everybody voted for something else. Let's go with Kruber. His whole thing is he uses this halberd, which is good. His passive is that when you strike someone, if you strike through, I think it's like 3 people or something, his halberd his passive activates and he swings like super fucking fast for a short period of time. Let's do the Screaming Bell, and we'll do it on veteran difficulty. And that's just the next one in the line of stuff that we had. So I've got him equipped with a shotgun and a halberd, which is rad. Halberds are neat. Yeah, one thing I really enjoy about this game is it has a very large weapon variety, which is cool. So the rats worship their dark rat god, the horned one. And they actually erect these kind of magical bells, and a lot of their magic is related to these bells. If a bell is like set up in a city, you could just fuck up everything. Speaking of halberds, have you played Chivalry? I didn't like Chivalry. Very unpopular opinion, but I didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. I tried so hard to play Chivalry. I tried to play it by myself. I tried to play it with friends. I hated it. I hated every second of the game. It's been so long since I've played. It's been literal years, you know. I don't think I could really remember what I hated so much about it, but it just wasn't for me. It just really wasn't for me. It just wasn't fun. What about Fortnite? Oh, I played Fortnite. I played Fortnite before I'm a bit of a hipster. Yeah, I played Fortnite before it became the huge fucking phenomenon that it is now, but I really liked it until I realized, I don't know, when I played it very early on before some of the balance patches came out since, but when I played it, oh god, one thing I forgot is that when you play with bots, it actually The bots will use whatever you have selected for the character, so now Barden is a Slayer, which you do not want the bot to be playing a Slayer Barden, because that's just asking for trouble. But I realized that Fortnite, when I played it at least, was very shallow. It was a really shallow game, with not much depth. I think the main problem was the building aspect of the game was so important, but it was really just very shallow. The building aspect of it essentially came down to, you know, spam walls fast enough and hope that, you know, spam walls before the other guy shoots them down. It was just not fun, you know? It was just not fun. I almost bought PUBG when PUBG was big, but then opted against it because more and more bad shit started to come out about it. You know, about how it's not that fun. Oh, Chaos Spawn, he's the worst possible. He's the worst possible one for us to fight. If he picks someone up, he can heal himself, which is why he's the worst one to fight. Oh, Lord. I should have saved that in case he grabs someone else. This is why you don't want to fight a Chaos Spawn when he's with bots, because he will just heal off your fucking bots because they don't know how to dodge, which really sucks. Okay, at least she was on a ledge so he didn't grab her. Ah! Yeah, also I would agree with you, it's only fun with friends. Definitively only fun with friends. I played by myself, just not really that fun. The only fun thing about playing by yourself is if you've got like a stream of like 1 million people watching you, and you win. If you don't win, then like, it's not fun when you're playing by yourself. I don't know, just not that great of a game. Also, I'm not good at shooters, really. I'm just not that great at them. I'm not that great at shooters. And I was better at the building aspect than I was at, you know, the actual shooting. Yeah, fuck me. Ah, he knocked me down. That's shitty. Oh, I'm with someone who's level 3, so he doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, that's not great. Also, our dwarf is too stupid to get up here. Our Barden bot is just back there. Look at him jumping! He's just dumping! Oh, McCree is joining the game. Please tell me he's taking over for Barden. Oh, just attack him with your melee attacks. Don't use your bow. Silly elf. You know people who in Overwatch, you know, they pick McCree and they main McCree. Or not McCree, they main... Sorry, I just saw McCree's name. They main, like, Hanzo, and you're like, oh, this is terrible, why are you Hanzo? People like that main elf in this game. God. If you're on lower difficulties, people who are elves are generally the worst. See, the elves are very newbie friendly because the elves, this particular class for the elf, if her health goes below 50%, she will just start regenning her health until she's back up to 50. So she's really... Plus people like elves, and she's a cutie girl. And she's edgy because she's got a mask. She's also sassy. She just has everything that, like, people who are shitty like. So if you ever see a low-level elf, you know, generally that might be an issue. Not to, you know, generalize, but fuck it, I'm gonna generalize. But you never know. You know, you could say to yourself, oh, this elf's level 3, so, but maybe they have like a level 30, you know, in some other class, but judging by the fact that that guy was just straight up only using arrows against that boss and is now walking into a storm, that tells me that they don't exactly know what they're doing. Ooh. What's the best nickname for McCree? Oh, McCringleberry. McCringleberry's good. McDingus is good. McNaldo's is good. I don't call McDonald's McDonald's, by the way. I refer to McDonald's exclusively as McNaldo's. It's just funnier to say. If you want to play as an edgy elf, just play WoW. I mean, this game does let you play as an edgy elf. I don't know. It's just that people who are low level, like new to the game, look at the elf. I don't know what it is. It's like people who play Hanzo and Genji. They just look at the worst fucking option, and they're like, yes, give me this. This is what I crave. You know? It's really funny. Are they gonna save me? Where am I? Oh, I'm so far. Fuck, I'm so far away from them. Well, she knows that there's a tomb up there, or tome up there, but she doesn't know how to get to it, I don't think. No, there's a loot die. Pick it up. Yeah, there you go. I thought they were gonna walk away. I tried playing Hanzo in Overwatch just because I heard that he was difficult to use, and I sucked at him. He is hard to use. He is hard to use. I think he's a lot better. Oh, you're about to get fucked. I think he's a lot better since they changed his scatter shot to whatever the fuck it's called now. Hootie Tootie Point and Shooty, which is also a great name for McCree. I've never played Overwatch. It's okay. Overwatch, if anybody tries to tell you otherwise, don't listen to them. Overwatch is such a casual fucking game. Immensely casual, which is not a problem. That's not a bad thing. A game can be casual and also be good. Just because it's casual doesn't mean it's bad. Are they not charging their arrows? Oh, they are. I think. I'm not sure. But the thing about Overwatch being casual is that people try to play it like it's not casual. So you'll get really burned out because you'll be playing too much of it. I also think it's too overrated. Oh, of course. It's immensely overrated. Immensely. Though it's overrated for logical reasons, you know. Number one, it's a Blizzard game. That immediately will make it played. Even a Blizzard game that's dog shit will be played. You know, like Heroes of the Storm when it first came out. Though it's in a much better place now. But, you know, it's got the Blizzard fan base behind it, so it could be the worst fucking game in the world and they'll still play it. You know, that's just how Blizzard fans are. I would know because I was a huge Blizzard fanboy back in the day. Oh. Yeah, I'll just take that guy on by myself as everybody else diddles on this one guy. There we go. I don't want to go and grab this grimoire, but I'm going to anyway. I don't think our team is competent enough to do it, but I'll do it. I'll do it anyway. Everybody's kind of low level, but fuck it, I'll take the risk. Excuse me, can you get out of my cave? Thank you. Please leave me alone. The Overwatch community is so toxic. Oh, it's not, yeah, it's not great. I mean, listen, I've come from Dota 2. Dota 2 has such an insanely toxic community behind it that I honestly think it's irredeemable in certain aspects. Yeah, how about you suck my dick? The Dota 2, after playing Dota 2, if you can play Dota 2 or League of Legends and survive that kind of toxic crash, Overwatch is a cakewalk. Overwatch is like fucking the easiest, kindest, sweetest shit in the world. You know? So really, it's nothing to me. Oh, I really hope I don't get grabbed by someone. Fuck you, get out of my way. God, Dota 2 was so toxic. I would know. I was a huge toxic asshole when I played Dota 2. Back in the day when I played Dota 2, I was. It's not even anyone's fault. If anyone's just being an asshole while playing Dota 2, don't blame it entirely on them. It's such a toxic game that actually breeds toxicity. Toxicity? Toxicity. That's the word. It just breeds toxic behavior. It's just the way the game is. You know, it has things inherently built into the game that cause people to be toxic. It really does. At least when I played. It's been so long since I've played that maybe things have been changed. But I really doubt it. I really doubt it. Nothing is as toxic as the Sonic community. I don't know if that's true. Sonic's community isn't the worst thing in the world. It's weird. Nothing will ever beat the strange weirdness of Sonic. That we can agree on. I hope. But I don't think it's the most toxic. It's It's certainly not as toxic as certain Tumblr fan bases. But it's certainly weirder than all of them put together, if only because of the strange OCs, you know? Name one fandom or community that isn't total cancer. There are a few. The community of this game is pretty wholesome. You know, occasionally you get some dicks, but you know, this game has got some pretty wholesome guys. I've never really run into anything in this game that people were so toxic I was like, I don't want to play, this is too toxic, you know? Like, this is just so unfun. Brofessor. There's my passive going to work, so I can swing faster. The halberd is actually such a fucking great weapon. It's probably Kruger's best weapon, honestly, which is why everybody uses it. The Brofessor. Let's see. Certain Tumblr fan bases like Steven Universe. Oh, absolutely. Steven Universe's fan base is absolute toxic cancer. Now that is something we can agree on. Even people who like Steven Universe know how fucking cancer the fan base is. Oh, fuck. Where's this Blightstormer at? I don't even know. I guess I'll just... Fun fact, the Steven Universe porn tag on Tumblr is called Steven Galaxy. Oh, that's really funny because I call... Sometimes I'll call Steven Universe Stefan Galaxy because of my friend Stefan. Because it's just a similar sounding name, you know? Medical supplies over here. It's that good shit. It's that shit I like. Alright, let's keep going. Let's see. Fan bases that aren't that toxic. I mean, all of them are going to have some toxic individuals, but I think as a whole, there's a difference between toxic as a whole and then toxic individuals, because every fan base will have toxic individuals because people are shitty. There will always be shitty people who do shitty things. But as a whole, just overwhelmingly, or at least with a large vocal, very vocal minority, I shouldn't say large minority, but very vocal minority, you know, there are a lot that are toxic. A lot of them are most of them are on Tumblr. If it's on Tumblr, it's probably toxic. It's a good rule of thumb. But no, I mean, this game honestly has a pretty good non-toxic fan base. Let's see, what else? What else? I'm just trying to think. I think my brain is just being overloaded by so much shit, you know. I'm trying to think between games and, like, movies and television, and that's really hard. The Moon Knight fan base is pretty lit. I've never had a problem dealing with anybody on the Moon Knight fan base. Moon Knight is probably because he's not a popular superhero. Yeah, the Smash Bros. Community can be insanely toxic. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's a real shame, but it is one of those games that can breed toxicity. I mean, it's a fighting game. You know, it's a competitive game. Competitive games just kind of bring out toxic nature in a lot of people. I wish more people would approach it the same way that, you know, people like Stefan, my buddy, do, which is, you know, have a good time but also be serious. You know, at the end of the day, if you're not having a good time, it doesn't matter if you're winning. But there are some people who the only way they can have a good time is by winning, and that, you know, that is inherently shitty. You know. I think if you can only have a good time by winning, I think that's a problem. You know? Alright, so we got the bell to fall by knocking all the chains out, which means there will be a tank spawning that we have to fight. Oh, that was... Yeah, just like quadruple stun him, why not? I'm sorry, did you want to attack me? One pro tip for those of you who have who are considering buying this game or have played this game before, a lot of you probably don't know about this trick. When you hold down left or right to block, if you press left, you can bot people back, obviously. But one thing that's kind of, I don't see a lot of people using this trick. If you hold down left, you will actually immediately follow up your bop with a melee attack, which is super useful. Probably not a good idea for me to be giving you lessons about the game when I should be fighting this ogre. But my team's got it. I believe in them. Just a little bit. Also, I was tanking a fuckload of damage, so they should have been able to do something in that short time. God, we're all so low. What about the Harry Potter fan base? Oh, let me tell you something about the Harry Potter fan base. I don't know about the fan base overall, you know. All I know is about the exposure to it I've had from people at my college. And the fan base of Harry Potter fans at my college is so fucking garbage, it's insane. My lord, they're horrible. They're awful. They're just dog shit. God, when that whole Hermione being black in the play, is she supposed to be black always? When that whole thing was happening, God, my college was losing their shit. If you guys didn't know, I think it was like a play was doing Harry Potter, and the main actress for Hermione was black, which is fine. I mean, who gives a shit? It's a play. You know, who gives a fuck? But everybody was losing their shit about it, and they were like, she could be black. You know, everybody was like losing their shit because they're like, she could be black. Who says she can't? It's not like anywhere in the book it says that she's white. And then someone like sent a screen cap from like a page in the book where it describes Hermione as having pale skin. I think like it might actually just call her like white at one point, like Caucasian. Something close to that. And everybody just lost their shit. My college was losing their shit about that because everybody there's a fucking moron. My God. Probably makes sense why I went there. I graduated with a degree in memes. You know, I made a fucking meme film as my graduating film, so of course I end up there, you know. Yeah, get fucked. Kruber's fun. I like Kruber. He's fun. I think Knight Kruber is more fun than this one, but this is like damage Kruber. This is the one built for like melee damage. He's got one class for melee damage, one for range damage, and then one for tanking, and I really think that this one is... I really think that the tanking one is more useful, but I do think that this one is fun. When his passive kicks in and you're attacking like super fast, it's fun. The Dragon Ball fan base is good, but they're growing more and more toxic, and it's sad because Dragon Ball is literally my favorite thing. Oh, that's sad. Isn't the white on the book covers? I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeesh. It doesn't matter. It's a play. It's a fucking play. You know, women have played men have played women, blacks have played whites, and whites have played blacks in plays. Plays is just, it's not one of those things where you have to give a shit. It's whatever actors you have, whichever people are the most qualified. Who gives a shit, you know? Unless it's, like, super fucking important. Like, pivotal to the story that the character's race is a big part, you know? Like, so fucking pivotal. It's gotta be something like... It's gotta be like JoJo Part 1, where, like, the characters have to be British, you know? They gotta be Dio. Like, Dio has to have blonde hair. If Dio doesn't have black or blonde hair, then he's a... You know, he's not Dio. You know? Yeah, look at that. Because everybody else was leaving, and there were bots. It's the only reason I've got all the points. Oh my lord! Like it's gonna be important. And usually for that kind of thing, it's not. It's usually not that important. All right, let me disband the party. I'll play a different class this time. I'll play a different character. I'll see who I have here. Let's see. Oh, we'll put Foot Knight Kruber. I want to select him just so that the AI knows to play as him. If I ever need the AI to play as him. Same for Tank Barden. I wouldn't want the AI playing any other version of Barden. Fuck it. So maybe I'll play the Edgy Wizard. I have no idea how to play the Edgy Wizard, but I'll play her anyway. The beam staff is the best staff, by the way. Let's see, let's have her open this poopy chest and see what's inside. So, how about that par 5 anime? How dare you speak of that in my presence? How dare you? You're lucky I don't throw you out. You're lucky I don't tar and feather you right now. Let's do this one. Oh, okay. Ah, Fort Brackensbrook. Now that's an interesting mission. That's an interesting mission. Let's get in there quick before anybody can join. I'd rather have people join during the mission. I like the Danny Rand situation where some people said he should be played by an Asian guy because he's a martial artist. That shit is always so dumb. It's really funny. If I don't know the exact situation that you're talking about, I'm taking it purely based on what you've written here. But if people are saying someone should be Asian just because it's a martial artist, like just because they know martial arts, that's pretty racist. I think that's kind of racist, you know? That's like saying that someone has to play, you know, they have to be black to play a basketball player, you know, in a movie. You know, it's exactly the same as that kind of shit. It's so dumb. So if I recall, the passive of this class is that every time I take damage, 50% of my damage is put to my overheat bar. My overheat bar, you can see on the screen, is right there. As I do fire attacks, that bar goes up. Man, it'd be really cool if I just... Yeah, I mean, if you just want to hang out, bud, I'm not going to tell you otherwise. Who am I to tell you how to live your life, you know? Jesus. You just gonna hang out? You just gonna hang out there, or... Tony, talk about Diesel, that garbage JoJo ripoff you read with Stefan. It's... I mean, you kinda got it. It's just a really shitty JoJo ripoff. Kind of a guy's attempt to bring JoJo to America in a very shitty way that's not really, like, good. Because it's not really JoJo. I want the speed potion. Can't get the fuck out of my way. This is a more melee-oriented wizard build. If you were hoping for magic, not really what's happening. One thing is that she can actually get rid of her entire overheat bar by popping her ult. Just like that. Does a huge fiery AoE blast, which is really cool. Very, very useful ultimate, especially during certain boss fights. The boss fight against the Skaven champion is super helpful there because the Skaven champion will summon just like a bunch of fucking rats to come get you. One thing I like is that levels in this game can actually have branching paths or different ways to complete them. All the enemies are, of course, randomized, except for bosses. Many bosses are randomized, but like, legitimate bosses, which you guys haven't really seen besides that last level I completed. You know, those are obviously still there. But, for example, sometimes this door will be open and you can just kind of cross that bridge. And then other times... Where's the... Ah, die before the storm kills me! No, the storm's gonna get me anyway. That really blows dick. Yeah, I'll just sprint around it. But sometimes, normally right here there would be just like an overturned carriage so you couldn't go this way. But, Meme Staff actually has kind of like a shotgun blast if you right click with it. I know you can actually block with your staff, but I don't know that. I don't think I've set the keybind for that, so I don't know. Thoughts on Bleach? I'm near the final few volumes and I'm sort of getting burnt out on it. Should I just finish it or pull out? I would finish it, honestly, even if you're getting burnt out. I think it's worth you finishing a story if you get that close to the end, because by the time you come back to it later, you may have forgotten everything and maybe don't. Maybe you'll have a different opinion of the end, but I was not into Bleach. I'm really not into Bleach. It just doesn't do it for me. Really, just didn't do it for me. But I still think it's worth. I still think it's worth you know, completing it, because I think you would have kind of a weirder, maybe less informed or less. I don't want to say less informed, but your opinion would probably be different if you didn't, you know, finish it after just binging it for reading as much of it as you want. I don't know. I couldn't imagine like reading all the way to the end of like JoJo, like one part of JoJo, and then just like stopping and coming back to it later. Let's just shoot my beam staff at everyone. Have everybody die. Alright, there's a tome over here. One thing I really like about this game that's much better than the first game, not every level had tomes and grimoires in them. The first game, only certain levels had tomes and grimoires in them, which really made it so that people would only want to play through the levels that had tomes and grimoires so that you could get bonuses from them. But in this game, every single level in the game has it, which is really rad. I think that's a great addition. I'm glad that they put that in. It really makes it so that every single level in the game, you really want to play through them. It's really hard to imagine this game without every level having those things. Because if they didn't, you would just skip levels like in the first game. You would only want to play the levels with the books in them, and that's really not as fun, you know? It really makes every single level in this game stand out in a unique way. Fairy Tail, more like hot garbage. I actually don't know anything about Fairy Tail, so I cannot attest to its level of garbage. I also hear it rips off aspects of One Piece. I mean, One Piece is so long of a series, I'm sure people could rip off aspects of it very easily, though I don't think One Piece is really worth ripping off. Interesting fun fact, the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, actually had a staying life of 13 years. And the last Game Boy game to ever be released officially was a Game Boy game. I think it was called... sorry, of course it was a Game Boy game. It was a One Piece game. It was a One Piece game, I believe... It was like One Piece Adventure on the Grand Line. And that was the last One Piece game, or last Game Boy game to ever come out. You can actually dodge while still using your staff, so if you ever play the Wizard... Wizard's actually really good at melting bosses like this. You just point your beam staff at them and they're fucked. Yeah, one thing that's interesting, one thing that is kind of cool is that One Piece does have an ending. The author knows how he wants it to end. He's had it, you know, in his head for, you know, basically forever, so he always gives periodic updates on when One Piece, you know, what percentage of One Piece is done. So, that's pretty cool. The last series I tried to read and binged was the Maximum Ride series, and it ended in a train wreck. Bleach is admittedly better than Maximum Ride in my opinion, though. I don't know. I can't attest to Maximum Ride either. The last game on the Game Boy was a Game Boy game. Yeah, dude, that's a pure fact. You can quote me on that. That's a fact. You can't tell me otherwise. Look at me and tell me that the last Game Boy game to release on the Game Boy was a Game Boy game. You can't. You can't tell me I'm wrong. Give me that Grim, baby. BB. Oh, here come some enemies. Oh, and our boy decided to fall on the ground. Aight. Aight, I can dig it. Ooh. My god, I love this game. One thing I really appreciate about this game is that the main cast, every character in this game actually, no one is pretty. Everyone is gritty and like old and like war veterans, and they're all like pretty old people, and none of them are just like beautiful, handsome, you know, young 20-somethings. They're all fucking ugly. They're all old and ugly and gritty, and they fit the setting so well. Like fucking Victor here, you can't see him because he's got his bounty hunter mask on, but he's fucking gross. He's got one eye, like he only has one eye because one of his eyes got like fucked by a rat, you know, like before the first game happened, which is why he hates the Skaven so much. Sienna here, she's fucking ancient. She's like an old lady. She's probably she's ugly, but like, I mean, she's not like hideous, but she's kind of ugly. You know, everyone's kind of an uggo, and I think that this game is kind of better for that. I legit just love the fact that the characters are just kind of gritty and gross. Kruber, he's fucking ridiculous looking. He's got like a stupid fucking mustache. If I could get a good look at him later, he's just Barden's an old grizzled dwarf, and he looks like a dwarf. He's not attractive. You know, he's handsome in a gritty kind of way, but he's not, you know, soft-featured, soft boys. Soft boys, you have to protect them. They're squishy like a Twinkie. Nah. These guys are gritty as fuck, and it's great. I love it. It's great. The first fan base I joined was the Sonic one, but that's when I was like 7 or 8. I don't really know if I've ever joined a fan. I don't really know how one joins a fan base, you know? It's a weird thing to say. You know, I've never signed a I joined this fan base form, you know? Spider-Man, SpongeBob, and Sonic fan bases when I was quite young. I mean, there are things I liked when I was younger. I wouldn't say I was part of the fan base of them. I was a fan of things, but I never participated in fan bases, you know, I never did things. I guess I participated in like the WoW fan base to certain capacities, but you walk up to Fanbase Johnson himself and he gives you a form to sign. I could never get an appointment with Fanbase Johnson. That was always my problem. He's a busy man, you know. You know how many Tumblr people try to get meetings with Fanbase Johnson? The answer is too many. The answer is too many. I'd consider that fanbase-ish. Yeah, I guess. I got a Sonic t-shirt and played Sonic Flash games non-stop when I got home when I was young. Oh, jeez. Sonic Flash games. That sounds like a disaster. Real talk, though. Real talk. Fantastic Flash-based series. Super Mario Bros. Z. Lit. It was this amazing web series that unfortunately the creator ended up being a huge fucking dick about it. But he's a huge whiny bitch about it. But it was this sprite animated Flash series about like Mario, Luigi, the Mario and Luigi universe doing a crossover with Sonic, and it ended up having like you know, wacky, intense fights. You know, you should look into it. You should look into it. It's honestly worth giving it a watch. You know, I don't believe in showing other people's videos on my stream, so I wouldn't show it, but you guys should definitely look it up in your own time, because it's worth looking at, even though it's kind of ancient. It's kind of from the wacky heyday of Newgrounds. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. What else is lit, Tony? You know what else is lit, Tony? Tails got trolled. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't that fun, but I know people like it. I know people like it for whatever reason. This mission's actually really good. One thing that separates this game, I think, from like Left 4 Dead is that the end game objectives, there are a lot of different ones. And they're fucking fun. Like this one in particular, you have to hold down the E button here to move the cannon to shoot these things, and then we have to get more cannonballs when we run out. So we have to defend this one guy while he's, you know, aiming the cannon, which I think is fun. Ooh. Tails gets trolled is great for reaction images. I will not deny that. I don't think anybody could. I don't think anybody could, even if they wanted to. Get the fuck out of my way. There's actually an event. By the way, if you guys ever considered buying this game, right now would be a great time to do it, because there's actually an event happening in-game. It's the Skulls for the Skull Throne event for the Chaos God Korn. At least I think that's how you pronounce his name. But so as you notice, the keep is kind of decorated all skull-like and red, very edgily, and you can actually get some unique rewards associated to this event. It's actually the first event that the game's ever held, which is, at least I think so, which is cool. One neat thing about this cannonball here is that if you throw it from high up, I think it explodes on the ground, and you can use that to kill rats, which is pretty fucking cool. Get up there, boy. And you gotta carry it real fucking slow. Are you a 40K or regular Warhammer guy? I don't like... I'm not a fan of the Warhammer... It's not that I don't like it. I'm just not a fan of the Warhammer 40K... Space Warhammer is not my deal. I'm a fantasy kind of guy. I prefer the fantasy. I'm very particular about my sci-fi preferences, and Warhammer sci-fi really isn't my deal. It's not... I don't have any negative opinions on it. I don't dislike it. I just don't like it. It's not... Well, I like it a little bit. It's just not for me. I prefer fantasy, I should say. It's really tough. When you pick between two things on the internet, you really got to clarify yourself and make sure that you're making yourself clear. And I just prefer fantasy. What can I say? I'm a sucker for Skaven. I fucking love the Skaven. Skaven are great. Are you planning on getting Smash for Switch? I don't own a Switch, so I don't think so. I do have friends who own Switches, and they'll probably get it, and that'll probably be my only time that I'll get to play it. Maybe if the Switch goes through like a huge crash, like the Wii U did. When the Wii U crashed, I bought it like dirt cheap on eBay. So maybe I'll be able to do that for the Switch someday. Yeah, you know, everybody has their opinions. Everybody has their opinions and poisons, and there's no reason to get so upsetty about it. People get upsetty about a lot of things. I miss the days that you and Dane did for Glory 2s. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are wondering if Dane and I will ever do the Amiibo tournament and finish it. And my original plan was to finish it, but I don't know if I'll ever get the chance. Doing streams with Dane is like really hard to plan. He doesn't have the time. You know, he's an adult now. I'm an adult now. He doesn't have the time to do that sort of thing. You know, which is really a shame. I thought that would be something that we'd be able to finish, but I really don't know if we ever will. And I wouldn't want to finish it myself, you know, just alone, because I mean the whole fun of it was the two of us commenting. But for Glory Doubles was fun. I did love doing those. Those was really good. Those were a good time that I enjoyed. I remember when the Wii was considered revolutionary. Yeah, the Wii was crazy. The Wii had such a great marketing strat. If you guys don't remember, the Wii would like to play marketing strat. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the Wii. I mean, I don't know if revolutionary. Revolutionary is a really strong word, but it was definitely a game changer. It was definitely a game changer with those motion controls. You know, that was a huge game changer. I mean, it's one of the many reasons Nintendo has always kind of been a game changer in terms of gaming. You know, they really design consoles like they're toys. You know, if you look at the consoles that are the least successful that Nintendo has made, it's the ones that aren't built like toys. You know, like the Game Boy. It was built as like a portable toy for kids. You know, it was and adults. You know, in a way. You know, the Wii was kind of designed like a toy and less like a console. You know, it had those motion controls and the really gimmicky controllers. The Wii U was built more kind of like a console with the whole tablet thing, and that didn't do well. The GameCube, not amazingly the most successful thing ever, and the GameCube was built even more like a console. It's kind of interesting that way. Let's see here. Let's open this and see if I got anything useful. Probably not. I think I'll play. I'll do a mission as a Saltspire. I'll do a mission as Saltspire, and I'll do a very special mission. So this game has heroic deeds. Now, heroic deeds, when you select them, they make the levels way harder by putting like crazy difficulty things on them, but you get really cool rewards. One thing that sucks about these is that you cannot queue for these. You have to have people already like playing with you to be able to bring people with you. So the only way to do it is usually by yourself, which is really shitty. But these add like crazy things, like special enemies have double health and deal double damage. Getting knocked down instantly kills you. Like, it really fucking sucks. So it's like almost impossible half the time. So let's just go. Let's just do it. I main Saltspire when I play this game. I don't mean to brag, but I'm a Saltspire kind of guy. I actually got Saltspire's legendary pistols, which are so good they never run out of ammo. They never do. I'm not even joking. Unless I just hold down right click, I never run out of ammo. I would have mained Barden, but I have like 6 people in my WoW guild that constantly fight over him. Yeah, no, I mained Barden in Vermintide 1. I swap between Saltspire and Barden because they're my 2 favos. But I do like Saltspire just a little more because I feel like I do a lot of damage with him. I don't know, when I see other people play Saltspire and they don't do damage, that makes me salty. But God, these weapons. These pistols are so good. Okay, so let me give you guys the rundown. So every 15 seconds, I get a free critical shot. Not only is that a free critical shot, but it's also it also consumes no ammo. On top of that, it returns every time I land a critical hit on an enemy, it returns 2 ammo to me. So every time I fucking shoot this gun and land a critical hit on someone, I just get 2 ammo back, which is why I never run out of ammo. That's why it's so fucking good. I get a free shot that then becomes +2 ammo. See? Just went back up to 38 ammo. On top of that, this gun has increased critical hit damage and increased critical hit chance. So even if my passive is on cooldown, I still have a really, like a 25% chance to hit just normally. Which is insane when you're spamming the gun with the gun's right click. The gun's right click being a, just E. He just pulls out 2 guns and shoots. Here, I'll just do it. He just does that. Which is crazy. That's the only way I ever run out of ammo, and that's if I spam that on a boss. It's crazy. It's fucking insane. Yeah, I know, they are hella strong. They are so fucking strong, dude. I played the final level of this game on the highest difficulty setting, Legendary, and I was playing Saltspire, obviously, with these guns. I had just got them, and I was like, alright, time to just queue up for a random Legendary, and I got into fucking Skittergate, the final level, the hardest one, and we did it no problem. My whole team was excellent. I was kicking ass with this fucking pistol. Oh, it's insane. Oh no. Ho, that's an assassin. Please stop shooting here. I did not try to shoot you, Kruger, I promise. Ugh. I've been meaning to ask, who are these non-rat guys? Oh, these are the Chaos Warriors. They are worshippers of chaos from the north who have come down from the south, or come down to the south to kind of kill everybody for their dark chaos gods. They teamed up with the rats to do this, and the rats used their creepy rat magic to create a giant portal, which is called the Skittergate, to you know, kill all of everything. When should an idea for a project be put to rest? Because I've had this idea for a series of stories for the past few years, and I haven't been able to get it up and running. I think that any idea can have a staying life of forever, you know? Anything can go on forever, you know? Fuck. That's boss music. That violin that you hear. I think that's a chaos spawn, which is the worst possible one to get. Oh, that's a troll. No, that's actually much easier, but not great. Speed potion. Eh. Oh god. Don't go on me, I can't see. I don't want to die. That would be really poop. I hate that you can get him down to below half health, but then he just auto does this, and you have to do this every time. Tony, am I allowed to post links or no? I mean, I think that YouTube automatically will remove links. I generally don't allow links on my streams, just because most people will link to shitty things. But if you're linking to like a thing about Warhammer, which I assume is what you're about to do, that's fine. Okay, that went well. You know, even though I'm playing with bots. Oh lord. I mean, here's the thing, if it's your first time making a project, then it's probably not going to be great. Not to discourage you, but people's first projects are usually the poopiest. You know? Oh no. Ah, he's got so much health. Oh, there's two of them. No. No. Mm-mm. No, don't do that. Don't do that, bud. Let's see here. I'm actually going to use this health potion. One thing that kind of sucks, there's a bug. If you're doing this particular heroic deed, the game will think that you're on the verge of death, and then pull up this like black and white kind of thing, which sucks. I was going to post a comedic video pertaining to Warhammer. Yeah, I don't think the bot will allow you to post links to other YouTube videos because it will consider that spam, and it may actually auto ban you. So I'd be careful. When Saltspire uses his ult, yeah, remember that passive that I talked about where I get a critical hit every like 15 seconds? That actually can work with my ultimate, and I can crit people with my ultimate, which is insane. I can do so much fucking damage with it, which is amazing. Oh, please don't do that. Please don't. Saltspire gives you those ulti cummies, those critical cummies. Oh, there's a lot of boys here. And I wish we had our elf, but she fucking died at the worst possible time. Eh. I'll just tell the chat to go look up... Oh, Ravendell's Quest, yeah. Ravendell's Quest is a hilarious series of videos. If you guys like anything fantasy related, any like parodies of fantasy shit, you'll love it. God, these berserkers are really tough. You really have to be careful. Berserkers are actually really tough, and you usually need more than one person to take them out. See, now there's a unlimited ammo box, so I can just stand here and shoot at them forever. Eh. You know, it'd be lit if I grabbed this ammo and then got in the lift, because it's just gonna auto put the bots in there with me. Oh, that's a lot of guys. That's a lot of guys down there. Oh. I love the Pachu just right meme. Yeah, the Pachu just right meme is wholesome. It's a good meme. It's a good meme. Just wholesome. One of the best Warhammer videos. Delicious monochrome. Thoughts on roleplay ASMR? I did not know that was a thing people did, so I don't have any opinions on it. God, get in this room so you don't die to fire. You dummies. Oh. Oh, she ended up just dying anyway, because she stood in the fire. Why did the bots do this? We would have been safe. Well, we lost our wizard. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on roleplay ASMR. I don't really know. Oh, I hear a sack rat. I can hear him screaming mine. God damn it. Flamethrower. Oh, oh! See what I told you about those berserkers just instantly killing you? Did you see that? He breathed on me and I died. Oh. 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 That was the worst. I knew the second I saw the first one, I was like, I should swap and put my shield up, but I didn't. I should swap to my sword and put my shield up, but I didn't. That sucked. That really sucked. Fuck. I know that isn't a berserker. The berserkers are... There's two versions. That's the plague monk. That's a Skaven plague monk, but everybody just calls it berserker because it technically is. They fulfill the Skaven version of the chaos berserkers, which are just shirtless dudes with twin axes that run at you and do the same thing. But the plague monks are basically just berserkers. Everybody calls them that. But the plague monks fucking suck. They suck. Oh, Christ, we've been streaming for 2 hours now. But I hope you guys had a great time. I'm gonna open this chest. Probably not gonna get shit all in there. Yep, didn't get shit. Great way to end with just fucking garbage. But I hope you guys had a great stream, had a great time. Maybe have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you on the next stream.